Well, good evening, everybody. It's the first time we're having an F2 race on track as a World Champ Car race, of course. So we're here in Silverstone. We got some rubber on the track after that entertaining World Champ Car race, and now it's time for F2 qualifying. I'm your lead commentator, Robert Ionescu, and today I'm joined by Blake Moore. Tomorrow I'll probably be joined by somebody else, but hello, Blake.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody, and wherever you are from around the world. I'm Blake Moore. I'm commentating with Robert Ionescu today. And hopefully everything goes well at Silverstone.
Yes, indeed. We'll hope so. Last time out, if you missed the Austrian Grand Prix, it was Jonatas Martins who took the victory after a long, hard-fought battle. Adam Chobot finished second. It was Martins' first victory. Adam Chobot finished second. And Tobias Kress, the podium merchant, finished third and became the new championship leader in front of Samuel Oskan and Agatino Bivona, who failed to score. So that out of the way, we've arrived here in Great Britain, and the screen share on our end has just gone down, so Flo will try to get back, I believe. But yeah, we're here in Britain at Silverstone, and I hope you remember the reference I made last time. But nevertheless, yeah, it should be quite an entertaining qualifying session. This track is always a classic, and it can produce some great action, both on the Monday and on the Tuesday.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, there's so many overtaking opportunities, like the Hanger Straight, Warrington Straight, even Cops, and maybe even Abbey as well for overtaking opportunities. So this track has loads of overtaking opportunities. So I can't wait for the drivers just barreling down through every single corners. I'm not going to name all of them because otherwise it'll just be a tongue twister.
Yeah, that is true. Nevertheless, we're waiting to get the screen share back, so do forgive us for a second there, guys. Nice tidbit, meanwhile, in the Discord chat from Rick. Jan, fun fact, blueberries are the only fruit named after a color. It's shocking. It might be knowing, but apparently it is true, so there's that, while we don't have anything to talk about for the meantime. But that meantime will be very short because we're just about ready to get this session started, Blake.
Yes, indeed. I think Flo's ready to go. Oh, there's been rain, and like in 30 minutes. So I think at the end of
Wait, I'm even quicker than that. So, wait, what was the chance of rain? I didn't quite catch it for a second there.
I think it's around 50%, and it will come around the 30-minute mark. So around the end of qualifying, basically. And we got
this qualifying session in Istanbul a couple of years ago. Back then, it was a mad dash. Everybody trying to get their first laps in before it got wet. And Jake Galloway managed to get a lap in back then. He was the first one to set a lap, and that lap was good enough for pole because right after that, it started to get wet. And yeah, hopefully that won't be the case here because I do want to see some more runs, of course. So let's get this party started. I think we're in for a very entertaining qualifying session, which is now green.
Like tea time started because we're in Britain.
Yes. Nevertheless, time to get this show on the road, and it'll be very interesting to see who's going to take pole here, of course. So far this season, let me check our posters so far, check them again. Of course, Benz Wallinger became the first double pole sitter, but we still do not have a double winner. We had 6 different winners in the first 6 races, and the championship leader was not one of them, so food for thought there, I guess. But just Ferg Suto, who the YouTube capture bot has, for some reason, called Jason Ferguson. I don't know what's up with the YouTube caption bot, but nevertheless, just Ferg Suto is out. He was, of course, our second championship leader and our first race winner. Second championship leader because for a day, Hagetero Bivoda was leading after he took pole position in Baku. Of course, after the race winner, Baku, Suto took the lead. ever since that, his season was pretty much falling apart. But I think you could say he finally started piecing back together. He finished P4 in Austria. Was the fight the top 3 for a very long time. Kress got him in the dying stages, and he almost got Kress on the line. Finished behind him by just an attempt. Like,
Yeah, Joseph Frederick says it needs to be more consistent throughout the second half of the season, to be honest, if he wants to be in this championship fight. But the Shrews car has definitely got a lot of pace because two of their drivers won a race this season. So it's either going to be Joseph Frederick Suter or Alex Arnold going to be in this fight at the front, with Tobias Kress, the podium merchant, at the front. So yeah.
yeah, well, we'll have to see about that. Nevertheless, I have got a lot of cars out on track. I don't. No, there's no chance to have any traffic. There's no one. There's nobody left to go out, so he'll have a clean run in. Let's see how quick it can go. It's just for Soto will be the first one to set a flying lap. No one-shot quali, unlike in World Champ car. So here we go. Soto is about to start his lap out the Hamilton straight. He goes. It's a short run down into Abbey that is possible to overtake at the start on race day. Flat out for second corner, which the name of which I forgot. Down towards Farm.
It's
Clipping
called
the apex
Fonka.
quad nicely and continue. Anyway, continuing to veer to the right as now dart to the left for the loop at the hairpin, so it's part of the track. It's a flat out 8-3, and Suto is having a good first sector so far, but let's see what he's going to set. Is a 28.1, 191, as he goes into Brooklands, clipping the inside curb very aggressively there. I hope it hasn't compromised his line too much. Staying very close to the apex into Luffield. I think he could have got a little bit more aggressive with the throttle there. I think he could have found a few more hundreds or maybe even a tenth like that. Either way, next up is Cops, fastest corner of the track, though these cars are a little bit slower than what you saw earlier in the World Champ car cars, particularly on the top speed front. And now just very Suto for Maggots and Beckett's, and now in towards the right of the chapel. You need to understeer a little bit, go as wide as you can though, but just don't run wide because that would be pretty bad. It's a 17.0 in the middle sector. Just a few quarters to go. Next up comes Stowe, which is not exactly Cops, but it's still pretty damn fast. Careful on exit, you do not want to track extend, you'll get in trouble. And yeah, I'm not saying you get in trouble because of penalties, you just don't go too wide. In towards Vale there. And now into Club. Flat out in the last part. Suto says the benchmarker, which is a 1:35.1. So I'd say about 1.5 seconds slower than the champ cars, and nevertheless. You have Jafari Blackwood next to cross the line. Can he beat it? No, he's at the half down. And Tosilobek can't beat either, but Blake Moore does. Goes to provisional pole. Gets a 44. Squintino cannot improve. He's got 4 fast. He could not beat him. He goes for fastest. Farida goes 5th as Watzel now takes provisional pole by a big margin. Scratch that. Hobby Good is taking it as Dennis Graf goes 3rd fastest.
Bristol drivers doing well.
Welt into P9, Chobot in P6, Darabosh goes P9 next, and Curtis next to cross the line, and he takes P4 as previous poster Ben Wallinger does only go P6. Championship record by Scraps only 12 as Wilson Protsiuk 13th. Not doing so hot as Sabarovska goes 10th. Jonas Martins, the Austria race winner, only 14th, struggling a little bit on the initial lap. Alexander Arnold is 13th. Gabriel Rico is 20th, and Ross Hansen is the only driver left. Where did she go? 21st.
I'm actually surprised that even the British drivers are actually doing well. Example, Watzel and Blake Moore. I'm not being British rice here, but oh dear. Oof, yeah.
Looks
Watzel's
like
actually
overtook
very
Bivoda
bonus
there
lap
on the
here,
lap.
yeah. Just
I
force
think Bivoda
the
ruined Bivoda's lap by being rather slow. Nevertheless, being overtaken by someone on your flying lap definitely does not help.
Yeah, and it makes yourself feel pain.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's just Frank Soto is diving into the pits. Keep me updated, chat, by the way, because I'm gonna read the chat today. Not that I have a problem with the chat or anything like that, but yeah, just tabs. Plus, there's an entertaining first run just for Soto is at P7, so I think he'll be rather satisfied with that. But of the top 3 in the championship, none of them are doing quite good right now.
Yes, indeed.
Down 14th, Oskan. No, wait, no, never mind that. Oskan is in 10th, but he's not doing particularly great.
And hopefully Dennis Graf could keep his consistency from last race from Austria, because from Austria. Hopefully Campos can be competing instead of being at the back all the time.
Well, we're gonna have to wait. Very good qualifying effort from Graf. He gained a lot of places last time. That many because with a good qualifying effort, who knows? Might be able to transfer the podium tomorrow if he's got pace right. Meanwhile, not so much to talk about here. So Blake, want to talk about something while we're waiting for the cars to go out?
The only thing to talk about is that if I get even a top 5 or even top 3, I will do a Shuey live on camera.
You're not supposed to be too biased towards yourself, but all right, do whatever you want.
I'm not actually doing that.
Meanwhile, it's just been announced the 2022 F2 signups, of course, which is for this series. In case you have any doubts, will open this Sunday, and a week after that will be the DDM signups opening. So, if you want to be on the grid next season, watch this space because in less than 7 days' time, you're gonna have a shot at signing up. So, keep an eye on that, and anybody can compete, of course, even if you're a reigning champ, even if you become the champion. So you're not. It's not like real life. You're not gonna be banned from competing if you win the title. But yeah, everybody can compete except people who have completed a full top class season. So people like Nicholas Zorbach was deputized halfway for a season. He can't compete, for instance, if you were to sign up for it and get a seat. But people who complete a full season in the top class are ineligible. Everybody else, though, it's fair game. As Hentos Sinomen, while we're talking about all that, is the first driver to go out on track, and he's been having a disastrous last few races, and right now his qualifying is really not so good.
Yeah, especially
He's only scored points in the season debut in Baku, and ever since that just fallen apart. But can you commentate for this lap?
Alright, thank you very much. So on the Hamilton straight against Hector Simeon. So this is going to be on the straight goes on the exit, that's straight. Through his left and right from Abbey, and there's still traffic ahead of Hector Simeon. The exit farm curve, getting into village. Exit the village, get the power down. Through the loop, I bet Simeon will get the toe of the trident ahead of him. Get this flat at the corner of Abbey, and then onto the line straight goes the Japanese driver. So what will be this six will head to the Super It's going to be, or it's good. Also, Kenta Simone could be like decent up here, but through this very, very long corner of Loffield, and then going on to the old fast start from the straight through vodka, which is what we call it. Basically, there's the fastest corner on the circuit. Going through cops, flat out on the exit of cops, just keep going, and then you're going through the most fastest corners on the circuit. Maggots down again, into Begets, and then get onto the entry of Chapel. You're getting onto the Hanger Straight now. Here comes Semino. And Semino has actually just destroyed his lap. Second. Huh?
You're connector ball.
Semino. Yeah. Semino. We're going for the exit of Stowe through the Bell Chicane. And then getting it locked up, and then through Club goes into Cinnamon. Yeah, there we go. Cinnamon crosses the line. That's an improved goes not.
That is a big improvement. That's what he needed. Anyway, I'll be taking over. You're talking a little loudly, and we can hear echo from your end, Blake. So try to get that sorted. You know, we're on board with Jafari Blackwood, who is finishing a lap, though I doubt he'll actually improve on it. Let's see. Here goes Blackwood. No, he did not improve. Not by much, though, but not improvement is not an improvement. And Troubadour goes P4. Good improvement from him, as Okafarina is holding up Ben Svallinger, and as a result of that, neither improves. Gabriel Quintino, he doesn't either, 2 tenths down. Aaron Curtis goes up, actually improves, go 5th fastest, as Agatino Bivona from last. 1 position up, goes 21st fastest, as, yeah, here goes Henry Watson next, no improvement, but misses out by 10th. Here we have Blake Moore. What about him? No improvement. But Alexander Arnold is improving big time. He's up in 6th place. Jas Martins is up next. And what can he do? He can go 10th fastest. And his graph can improve, but from China does improve to go into 8th. Simon Oskan goes 13th. As Human Nguyen, provisional pole sitter, does not improve, but here we have Rose Hansen, who is currently on improvement. Let's see what the Trent driver can find in that last sector. And then as to what position Hansen will land up. Through the last corner she goes, and finishing the lap goes Rose Hansen. And what time is the American driver going to set? What position is it? P9, very good improvement. As Tobias Crest is also up on his personal best, and he goes up to 14th only. Is Daniel Darabosh up next across the line? He doesn't improve, lost out some time in last sectors. The two Slovakians are coming in tandem, just first time Adam Chobot as Ben Svallinger is still being impeded by Luca Farina here. His lap was majorly compromised, didn't have a chance to improve.
And also the reason why, and also sometimes some cap times can go up because sometimes either due to traffic or just some insane slipstream from the other car, front.
Yeah, either way, at Silverstone, you really don't want to be impeding those fast corners. You should have clean air as often as you can. And if a World Champ car taught us anything today, is that overtaking might not be that easy if you ain't got your race, if you aren't skilled in racecraft. So you need to be smart with your moves here. You have many places where you can overtake, but you need to be decisive about it. As Tobias Kress is also gonna come in, he's down in P14, but he is actually in front of both of the men immediately behind him in the championship. And Ben Svallinger, 4th in the standings, is also not too far up front. So this could be a big if it stays as is, this could be a big opportunity for other people to make up ground on the leaders in the standings. Meanwhile, to note, Gabriel Rico stayed in the pits on that previous run, so there's no chance he'll get 5 runs. He'll do 4 at most, or maybe even just the 3. But yeah, Gabriel Rico, I do expect him to be the first one to go out on the next run, as Darabosh is just coming in to his garage now. And Darabosh's season is a complete disaster, I'm afraid. Looks like somebody is going out.
I think it's one of the.
It is Gabriel Rico indeed, but just Frisuta has gone out in front of him actually. So is Sinonome, and there is Rico.
Yeah.
So yeah, Frisuto, after that great win in Baku, he was no-show for most of the season. He's finally picked up his pace again in Austria. So let's see, can he build on that and establish some momentum? It's definitely too early to rule anybody out of this championship fight. I think it can still go either way, as long as you can even have a late charge and still do well enough to take the title. Of course, right now it's still too early to talk about the title. I do have some early contenders, but yeah, nevertheless, if you think late charges aren't a thing, just remember 2017 season when Enes Parachki was way down on Lord Chang and Maxim Titkov were monopolizing the championship fight. But Parachki had the streak of good races, was able to catch them and beat them both in the finale. So you don't want to give up. That's one thing that's absolutely certain.
And also especially for Rahul Patel as well. If you look at last season as well.
I didn't get to finish my sentence, but yes, I agree. As I was saying, just for Suto, maybe it doesn't make sense to talk about championship hopes for him, but even if you think you have a shot at the title or not, you always want to improve your season, and this is a great chance for him to build some momentum. as he starts lap number 3. And let's see what he's going to do this time. I
Right,
really like this camera shot. We can see the rear wing from an angle. And obviously, the rear suspension gets quite a lot of airtime here. Not airtime as literally flying up in the air, but rather on quote unquote television. Mercedes had a decent exit from the loop. We'll see what his first sector split is like. Can he improve on his previous time, or will he be down? In the first sector, he is actually down, but only by a tenth, so it's not too big. 2 tenths down on the leader, though, so if he wants to get pole position from Gwen, I don't think this is the lap. But he might be able to eke out an improvement if he can find some time here in S2. Obviously, these cars are quite limited on top speed, pretty much maxing out roughly about the 270 range. And look at that, he only lost just a few kilometers an hour going through cops, so the downforce is very good on these cars, I have to admit. Clearly much faster than our last season, the GP2 cars. But the SOCF2 car, with the name that I will not try to pronounce, has some pace in those fast corners, as Suto has actually gained a little bit compared to his previous sector best, but he's still down on his overall personal best, so if he keeps it up, he might be able to improve by 100 or so, or who knows really, in the last sector. I don't expect him to climb many places, but if he hooks it up nicely, could get himself up into P9, we'll see. Or he might lose some time, who knows really, but we're gonna know right now. Just Ferguson is about to cross the line, can he get that improvement? He can, goes up in 9th place, half a second down exactly on Harman Nguyen. As Sonome cannot improve, but Gabriel Rico can, only up by 1 place. The Rose Hansen starts a lap, so does make more. Benz Wallinger is being held up, doesn't improve. Jafari Blackwood is on an improvement from 16th fastest right now. He goes 6th fast, make that 3rd places, very solid improvement. Trouble doesn't improve.
Yeah, and also there's Contino going around the final couple of corners now. Through Club goes the Brazilian. Hopefully he gets a good lap time in. And then Contino going to cross the line, and it's a bad one. Yeah.
By 1,000th misses out an improvement as Henry Watson could go with this. He improves by 1,000th. Jesus Christ. But can't get on to pole. Georgiana goes 5th fastest. Here we have Alexander Arnold. He doesn't improve by Aaron Curtis. He doesn't, misses out by 200ths of a second. Luca Farina improves to go 19th. As Agatur Bivona improves to go up into 31st. What's going on with this session? Ruslan Protsiuk gets a big improvement, gets himself up into P8, just what he needed. And my goodness, so we have one driver missing out on an improvement by 1,000 of a second, and the next driver to cross the line gets an improvement by that very margin. A session we're having as Harman Nguyen next to cross the line. The provisional pole man is still on provisional pole, of course, but did not improve. And here we have former championship leader Samet Ozkan.
He's actually on improvement, actually. Oscar.
Yes, I know. He's down in P17, which is not good, but can he rectify that? He sure can. He's up at the fastest, around half second on that lap. Very impressive.
Hansen did not improve. No,
he's not. 3 tenths down. As Tobias Kress is on an improvement right now, so watch this space. Currently in P17, but where can he go? This could be a very good lap, but it's not. It's only P15, 1,000 behind Waldinger. Then his Graf, 3rd place, does not improve, stays where he is. And that was a woeful lap, actually. About 1.4 seconds down on his personal best. That is about it for the 3rd run. I didn't even catch his staying in the pits this time, but Graf might have made some sort of mistake. He was No, I think this was just a bad lap.
I think it's just pure pace from Graf.
Yeah, no visible errors or any kind, just didn't hook corners nicely. So yeah, then his Graf. Even if this lap is a disaster, I think he'll be satisfied with his current position in qualifying. But I have to say, this is very good news for Samet Ozkan.
And also, which is not also very good news if you're just finished your first lap in 5th place, and then you just immediately fell down to 11th. And guess what? Guess who that name is? Drumroll, please. Blake Moore.
Told you not to be too biased to yourself.
I know.
Nevertheless, we have the 4th runs and maybe the 5th runs for some people left, but it remains to be seen. So far, Nguyen has been at top of the session ever since round 1. He stayed there all throughout. But I know history around here, and a late surprise is definitely possible. Sky is getting a little bit darker, I think, just a little bit, but there is no threat of rain for the moment. There could be some rain near the end, but right now the sky is still decent. And Tosinonome is out on track, so there's that. And ever since he scored points in Baku, his season has been a complete disaster after Baku. And Bruno,
Indeed.
he in Bruno he lost a lot of time with a late stop and wasn't able to. Just the strategy was bad and everything, yeah.
It
And in
was.
Austria, sorry, let me finish my sentences. In Austria, he was crashed into from behind on lap one, lost his rear wing, and just wasn't able to get back in the race properly. Finished not in last, but near the back anyway. Or did he even finish last? It doesn't even matter really because he didn't score any points, but he's desperate to want to rectify all of that. And if he wants to do it, yeah, he's going to need to qualify better than 17th today. But he's still got this lap and potentially one more in which to improve on his position. Of course, if it rains, then one more lap might not be worth much. Nevertheless, here we are on board with him from a front wind cam, a nose cam really. Nope, we don't see anything. We don't see any shot of the car, just the track and everything around it really. So that's pretty much it. Quite a lot of cars who haven't gone on track just yet. Tsunami might get a little bit of traffic, though I don't see a lot of cars moving out of the pits just now. I only see two, and I don't think they'll be close enough to impede him. Now Tsunami I think might get some clean air in this one. Yeah, he does. So here he begins his lap. And let's see what he's got in the bag. In towards farm he goes. And yeah, through the loop, slowing down all the way down to first gear. Wouldn't quite do that in the F1 cars, but these F2 cars only have 6 gears as to the 8 on the F1 car, so you gotta do what you gotta do in the first sector. So Nome, can he improve on this one? Yes, he can. He's up by a 10th as we finally got
It's
some drops of
raining.
rain. Yeah, but it will be a while until it actually warms up the track. So this is the last, probably the last serious run in which people can still offer an improvement. Of course, the air temperatures are dropping as the air temperature, but can still improve as long as it's not wet. As long as the track hasn't went up, definitely have a shot. As Sonome is making the most of the limited time he has left before the track becomes impossible to improve on. So here he goes, completing the second sector, 2 tenths up on his personal best. This is very good. Just 3 tenths down on the leader. So this could very well get him into the top 10, maybe more, if he can improve in the last sector, which I think he will. We'll have to wait and see. My guess is he'll be roughly around where Blackwood is right now. So I'd say the P8, P11 range. But let's see, as he's about to cross the line, this could be his final competitive run with the rain. The Nome improves, but only up to 14th.
14.
Lost some time in Sector 3. Very close to actually getting some more positions as, oh my god, the Charuzes are traffic jamming each other in the pits.
But they're just.
Oscan has
No.
started the lap.
Since we're in the south of Britain, we may as well just call some motorway traffic.
On the slowest motorway in the United Kingdom, might we add.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Choba is finishing a lap, and I don't think he'll improve. No, he doesn't. 2 tenths down on his personal best as Tobias Kress begins the lap. Eldara Bosch does not improve, almost a full second down Benzwalinger. He doesn't improve either. Protsuk starts the lap as Curtis doesn't improve. Blake Moore is not. Wait, did he start a lap or was he not improving? Didn't pay attention. So Rico.
He's starting a lot.
Okay, Rico doesn't improve. Bivon is on improvement. Where can he go? He's down in 21st. Can he do better than that? Yes, but only up in 18th. Not good enough. As Rico must have made a mistake somewhere, has he? Now let's see. I went a little wide into left field, but I don't think he's lost that much time there. Any cops, did he carry too much steam? No. No, that's not it. Oh,
Holy spot.
had some understeer mid-corner. Had to correct it and slid wide a little bit. That's cost him some time. course, car control in mid corner is very difficult. You can, if the car's not set up correctly, if you don't have the balance with you, you could lose your car in the middle of the corner, and it'd be impossible to save it like that. I think you should be thankful he only lost the front, not the rear, because he would have been sent right into a gravel trap. We got yellow
Well, flag.
meanwhile. Oh, practical fun. He was up on his personal best in the first sector, but he's binned it and finds himself facing the wrong way. Rejoins here, rejoins safely, thankfully, but I don't think there's grid penalties for unsafe rejoins in qualifying. Nevertheless, Oskan is currently on the lap. The man who is fifth fastest
There are
is
good
currently not
penalties
projected to improve.
for that in qualifying.
Okay, no penalties for that, as Oskan crosses the line, no improvement. Next up to cross the line will be... who is it going to be? Not trouble, it's Kres, who is also down right now. Rain intensifying a little bit. The track is still not getting wet. It's only some drops which aren't impacting performance that much. Kres, though, did go a little wide in the club. But he wasn't improving either way, so there's that. 3 tenths down. Hansen has improved, meanwhile they've gone into 6th place, so she's got very good improvement there. Hansen has Blake Morris next to cross the line. They're in P12 at the moment, and what is he gonna do? Can he find an improvement in last sector? No, he cannot. Oh, he's way down.
I'm 2 temps down.
Don't refer to yourself in first person. I had to slow down because he was avoiding the spun around car of Protsyuk. So it's cost him a little bit of time there. And also, he made an error in the chapel, had some understeer, and didn't go off track or anything like that. He didn't dip a wheel on the grass. He's lost some time from that. Either way, it was looking like a bad lap. Protsyuk obviously doesn't improve, and I think that's his session done. Don't see enough time for him to sign another lap. Is anyone else on an improvement right now?
I think everyone's going back into the pits.
Yeah, that's this run done with. I think a few people will get another run. Definitely not these guys, though, in the Shrews camp. They're in the wars with each other right now because... does this count as an Alonso Hamilton moment? Or is this just bad luck? If you know, you know. But nevertheless, looks like Alexander Arnold and just Felix Soto will not be able to get out on track again. So they'll start 11th or 13th at best. Arnold straining his steering wheel is Phil trying to take control of his car or something to try to fix it, or no, I don't even know, man. But Arnold is just sitting there. He only moved his steering wheel and that's it. So there's slowly, you can see his rear wheels were spinning a little bit, but no, he's not moving. Dear God, as the sky is getting worse. So
you can't park there, sir.
Okay, and that's is Oscar or Martin's coming in. Nevertheless, yeah, not a lot of time for a lot of people. So I'm not sure if I have anybody get to go out in time for that last run. But who knows, really? We're just about 50 seconds away from the cutaway. There is somebody going out. Is that Gabriel Rico? It might be the man in last place. I can definitely see what looks to be a Prima also heading out on track. And I think there was a VAR as well. Yeah, definitely some more cars. Rico's just gone out now. So Nome is back out on track. Let's get the last lap in, but if he can improve or not is another matter. Is that Aaron Curtis out on track also? Yes, it is. Reigning champion, currently in P8. Still yet to get first career win, but yeah, he's gonna keep pushing, I think, until he gets it, or until he gets to the top class, whichever happens first. But I do hope, if he is to move to a top class, if not next season, then some other season, I do hope he can win an F2 race until. I think everybody would like to see that happen. As Nome is also out on track, the gap between these guys ain't that big. If Curtis is much faster, he will definitely get impeded. So yeah, just under a minute 25, so we're under cutoff. So the people who are out on track now, with one exception, one or two exceptions actually, the cars who are still in Sector 1, will make it. The cars who are in Sector 1 won't make it. So I'm not going to count it. We're just going to see what happens. The track might be getting a little bit worse. But alas, it is time to get this final flying lap with Hento Sonome on the road. he'll be the first driver to complete the 5th run actually, so he will get the checkered flag if the first one get it. In towards Abbey, smooth sailing so far. Doesn't look like the rain has impacted anything. It looks like actually the sky is getting a little bit better. There's a car exit the pits there. Looks like a high deck, but nevertheless, he's not impeding Sonome right now. He'll be alright. He's not close enough to get any tow like this either way, though. 30 seconds to go. Let's check Sonome's first sector time. Can he improve on his personal best? Yes, he can. He's actually got purple. Wow, that's a good first sector. Could he perhaps, out of nowhere, take pole away from his former teammate back at Carlin? We'll have to wait and see, but Sonome is definitely pushing hard. He wants to redeem himself after a terrible start of the season he's had, and this could be his chance. But let's see, in towards Cups, he's definitely gaining on that car who is out on a mileage run on that high deck of, I don't even know who it was, but Checker Flag is out. Checker Flag is out as the end of the session. So, yeah, everybody who has started a lap before the Checker Flag will get to finish it. The others won't. As Sonoma in the middle sector, he's purple yet again. 4/10 up on his personal best. And if he can just hook up Sector 3 nicely, which Sector 3 was bad on his previous lap, he could absolutely take pole position or at least get into a top 5. But we'll see. This is a golden opportunity for Hento Sonome to take pole. I don't think he's ever taken pole before, so this will be his first one. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But nevertheless, here he goes, out of Club Corner to the Hamilton Straight. He's getting a little bit of tow here, and Sonome does go into personal pole by a 10th of a second. What a brilliant lap that was. Can anybody take it away from him? He's got a checker flag, so has Curtis. Gruff down to P4 is not improving right now. But let's see. No, he can improve. Hansen did not start a lap in time. Bivona, oh, what a shame. He'll be starting 18th. He didn't improve there. Dara Bosch currently struggling out as Gabriel Rico has improved. He's gonna be the 13th fastest. That demotes Dara Bosch 21st, which is where he's going to stay because he did not improve. Ben Swaldinger, the only double poleser this season, will only be starting 16th or worse than that because Gabriel Coutinho is improving. He only goes up to 19th though. So China doesn't improve. Freddie Blackwood doesn't improve either. Who else is left? I think that's everybody done. So that means Woman Green is denied pole in the final stage, in the final minute. And for the first time, I believe, Hento Sonome has taken pole position. So last year's Bruno winner finally gets onto pole. He'll be delighted with that. As the Cheroot have been moving just a little bit, but yeah, they decided not to go out for the second half of this session. What a mess that was, but yeah, looks like Hento Sonome is on pole.
So, can I jump in quickly? So, apparently, I tried to help the Charus so they can go in the qualifying again, but in the end, this resulted into Suto getting back out of the pits in a weird way. And
Jesus.
the funny thing is that he was not refueled. So he had one lap on his wagon for this run. So he could, and also the checkered flag obviously out, and he had to get back into the pits. So yeah. But at least it's a solution on how to fix the problem if this happens again in the future.
Yeah, well, that is true.
So
This was an entertaining session, a late surprise twist,
the
and
problems
a
are
brand new
Lloyd
pole
being
sitter.
stuck, not Suto.
They're gonna get him out there in less than 24 hours. They're gonna get him on the grid, don't worry. But here I have the qualifying results. It is Hento Sonome finally getting his season headed the right way. How many points? Where did he finish in Baku, by the way? Did he finish A for something?
I think he finished sixth. Sixth place.
Let me just check real quick. He did finish sixth, so he's got 8 points in Baku, 4 points today for pole position. He'll be delighted with that. Armin Nguyen misses out on pole, but it's a very good qualifying. He takes P2. Henry Watson is in third with Dennis Graf P4. Adam Chobot in P5 with Saber Oskan, looking to retake the championship lead from P6 on the grid. Ross Hansen is in P7 with Flo going down. with Feng Chao Chao Chanet, the former Indy 500 champion in P8. Aaron Curtis is in P9, 2 places behind his teammate. Jafari Blackwood in the top 10. Ruslan Protic in 11th. Second half, you do it.
Alexander Arnold, Gabriel Rico P13. Joseph Federick suited P15. P16 is Ben Veldinger. P17 is Tobias Kress. 18th is Johannes Martins. P19 is Gabriel Contino. 20th is Alcina Bavona. P21st is Daniel. And P22 is Lugo Farina.
Yep, that's about it. And that brings this qualifying session to a close. I would tell you not to go anywhere, but this is the end of track action for the day, so you can do whatever you want. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. But that's been it from us so far. We will see you again tomorrow for practice and qualifying for the top class and also for the F2 race. But until then, that's been it from myself and Blake, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.